clean tear. I want nothing left of it.
God, the envy of many a student down the years. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today's film I'm going to be watching is Dead Poets Society, starring Robin Williams. So this is a Patreon pick from my patron Ravi, so thank you Ravi for the movie selection. Robin Williams films I've seen in the past have usually been kind of comedies, or comedies that have some dramatic moments in them. So like, I've seen Mrs. Doubtfire, I've seen Jack, Jumanji, there's one or two others I've seen, but I've seen very little, if anything, of his like really dramatic serious roles, and I'm pretty sure this is kind of very much a drama film. So yeah, I don't know anything about the premise at all. I think he's a teacher. I think that's it. That's all I know. But other than that, I'm going in very blind with this one. But guys, if you enjoyed this reaction, a like, comment would be fantastic. And if you'd like to support me further, you can check out my Patreon page. I'll have a link in the description. You can check that out if you do wish to. But with that said, guys, let's watch Dead Poets Society. So yeah, it is weird that I haven't seen more. I feel like I've seen a lot more Robin Williams films than I actually have.
Now, just to review, you're going to follow along the procession until you get to the headmaster.
The funeral? Or is it some kind of initiation or something?
100 years ask the same question that now greets you at the start of
Holy shit, Red!
Gentlemen,
Or Boddicker from Robocop.
Tradition, honor, discipline, excellence.
Our beloved Mr. Porteous of the English department retired last term. You will have the opportunity later to meet his replacement, still an honors graduate of this school, and who for the past several years has been teaching at the highly regarded Chester School.
Red doesn't seem keen. Does he know him? Oh, boarding school must be so tough, like. He's been away from family for so long.
Mr. Anderson, you have some big shoes to fill, young man. Your brother was one of our finest.
Thank you.
Classic pressure. So anything other than brilliant and feck off.
Neil,
I hear we're going to be roommates. I'm Neil Perry.
I'm Todd Anderson.
Why'd you leave Ballincrest?
My brother went here.
Study group tonight?
Yeah, sure. Business as usual, huh? Hey, I heard you got the new kid. Looks like a stiff.
There he is.
Listen, don't...
What's your specialty? Bootlicking?
He's your roommate.
That's not my fault.
This will be annoying. You're trying to settle into your new
I'm sorry,
room,
my name is Stephen Meeks.
and these guys are just like being annoying.
Charlie Dalton.
Neil, I've just spoken to Mr. Nolan. I think that you're taking too many extracurricular activities this semester and you should drop school annual.
But I'm the assistant editor this year.
I'm sorry, Neil.
But, Father, I can't. It wouldn't be fair.
Don't you ever dispute me in public, you understand?
Father, I wasn't
After
disputing
you finish medical school and you're on your own, then you can do as you damn well please, but
It's like an alternate universe. Eric going to boarding school.
Well, I wouldn't lose too much sleep over. It's just a bunch of jerks trying to impress Nolan.
I don't care. I don't give a damn about any of it.
I think he does. Nice transition from the flock of birds to the flock of people.
The first 20 questions at the end of chapter.
He kind of has an air of the warden from Shawshank Redemption about him, the teacher.
Agricolae. Agricolae. Agricolarum. Agricolis.
Anyone failing to turn in any homework assignment will be penalized 1 point off their final
Jeez.
grade.
I always think the first day should be about just talking to the students, building up a rapport. I think that's very important with your education, because if you like the teacher, you want to do well for them, you know? You're already getting a different vibe from him compared to the others. A little bit of eccentricness. I'd welcome that.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. Who knows where that comes from? Anybody. It's from a poem by Walt Whitman about Mr. Abraham Lincoln.
Rosebuds while ye may, old time is still a-flying. And this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying.
Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. The Latin term for that sentiment is carpe diem.
Carpe diem. That's seize the day.
Very good, Mr.
Meeks.
Meeks. Another one.
Any relation to Randy Meeks?
Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Why does the writer use these lines?
Because he's in a hurry.
No. Ding! Thank you for playing anyway. Believe it or not, each and every one of us in this room is one day going to stop breathing, turn cold, and die. They believe they're destined for great things, just like many of you. Their eyes are full of hope, just like you.
It is a great mantra to have. You know, seize the day.
Coming to the study group tonight?
No. I've got some history I want to do.
Suit yourself.
Ah, having an effect on one of them.
I'll get it. Can I help you?
Hi. No, this is the Danburys, right?
Are you here to see Chet?
Mrs. Danbury?
No.
Sorry. I'm Mrs. Danbury. You must be Knox.
Yes.
Is he getting
9
like,
by 9. Please, come on in.
it's like
Knox. How are you?
grinds as we call it over here. Tutoring, I think you say over there.
Isn't he? How is he? Come on in.
He's fallen in love. Oh, so he's at his friend's house.
How was
Okay.
dinner?
Understanding Poetry by Dr. J. Evans Pritchard, Ph.D. is plotted on the horizontal of a graph, and its importance is plotted on the vertical.
Gee, I kinda-
Or high on the vertical.
The fact that guy, the red-haired guy, is drawing down what he's doing, I always used to kind of, in school and in college, to be honest, sometimes to be writing stuff on the board, I would be taking down the notes, and sometimes you'd be writing down stuff and you'd be like, oh yeah, I'll take it all down now, and then you're just like, is this really going to be any benefit to me, like, or help me with exams at the end of the term or whatever, you know? But you just felt like, okay, this is good, I'm writing down what you're putting down, like, it's important to have this. But often you were just doing it just for the sake of doing it, almost, you know? So I like seeing that as a typical thing that a student would do.
In this book, practice this rating method. As your ability to evaluate poems in this manner grows, so will your enjoyment and...
What I always loved about poems and English in general, to be honest, English was my favorite subject in school, was that there was no like one answer. Like, it was different. Like, I never liked maths because maths was like, it was specific. There had to be one, you know, undisputed answer to the equation or the question, whatever it was. With English, it was the case of you can give your view and interpret what you think the meaning is behind the poem or what it's saying, or story or play, whatever you're studying. And as long as you could back up your own personal viewpoint, then that was fine as an answer. Someone could have a completely different view, but they're backing up their explanation and reason for what they think, and that's fine as well. So I always felt like English was very it was very versatile in acquiring the answers, or not even the answers, but the evaluating what you were studying. So I liked that. It was more open. You could always be more creative, I guess, you know, with how you go about it, rather than kind of the very narrow metric of maths or a lot of our kind of subjects.
Excrement. That's what I think of Mr. J. Evans Pritchard. We're not laying pipe. We're talking about... How can you describe poetry like American band?
Like I was...
Weir, and I give him a 40.
Sorry, it was, but like I was saying, you take down what he's putting on the board, what the teacher's putting on the board, and then... Nah, that wasn't even important. You didn't need it at all.
Now I want you to rip out that page. Go on.
Make a clean tear. I want nothing left of it.
God, the envy of many a student down the years.
Mr. McAllister.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here.
I am.
Now, my class, you will learn to think for yourselves again.
Here we go.
You will learn to savor words and language.
Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. That you are here. That life exists and identity. Play goes on and you may contribute a verse.
Because you've got something to say, you have a voice.
What will your verse be?
He's making them think, you know?
Hey, I found his senior annual in the library. Captain of the soccer team, editor of
I
the
played
school
soccer.
manual, Cambridge Bound,
God, I like him even more now.
and the Dead Poets Society.
God.
What was the Dead Poets Society?
We would gather at the old Indian cave and take turns reading from Thoreau, Whitman, Shelley, the biggies.
You mean it was a bunch of guys sitting around reading poetry?
Not very cool, is it?
Guys. Just read poetry. We let it drip from our tongues like honey. Spirits soared, women swooned.
No, wait a minute. Everybody in?
Where's this cave he's
It's
talking
beyond the stream. I know where it is.
God, he's making an impact on him.
Sounds boring.
See, this is where it could go wrong for Keating, as I was saying. They'll say they heard about it. Like a collision course that's coming.
Who's in?
Oh, come on, Neil Hager's there.
Forget Hager. No.
Who's... I'm in.
Dalton, I know you would.
Me too.
I don't know.
Keating said that everybody took turns reading, and I don't want to do that.
Gosh, you really have a problem with that, don't you?
No, I don't have a problem.
What if you didn't have to read? What if you just came and listened?
That's not how it works.
Well, forget how it works.
Ooh, doggy. Looks like a golden retriever, maybe. I had a golden retriever for 13 years. I love golden retrievers. Actually, I want to get a puppy again soon. I think it's more... I wonder if part of it just kind of the thrill of going out, kind of, or taking a risk. Does that kind of come back a little bit to the thing about seizing the day? Or the night, in this case.
You trying to smoke us out of here? No, the smoke's went right up this opening.
It's not as fun as maybe they imagined. Or...
Wait a minute. You gave us
It's the end of a crust of a baguette.
It's the last 4 pieces, and stared in horror at the face of a demented madman at the window. The last thing that this old lady ever heard was the sound of breaking glass.
Yes. I've got one that's even better than that. I do. There's a young married couple, and they're driving through the forest. It's a madman on the road.
Oh, there's the madman on the road.
I know that story. I told you that one. In camp at 6th grade.
Heaven. That which we are, we are.
He looks like a young Jim
One
Carrey.
equal temper of to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield.
Now, language was developed for one endeavor, and that is... Mr. Anderson, come on, are you a man or an amoeba? Mr. Perry, today we're going to be talking about William Shakespeare. A lot of you look forward to this about as much as you look forward to root canal work. We're going to talk about Shakespeare as someone who... You can also imagine maybe John Wayne is Macbeth going, well, is this a dagger I see before me? Why do I stand up here? Anybody?
To feel taller.
No. Thank you for playing, Mr. Dalton. Remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way. You don't believe me? Come see for yourselves. Come on. Come on. Now, when you read, don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you...
Exactly.
Break out. Don't just walk off the edge like lemmings. Look around you. There you go, Mr. Christie. Thank you. Now, in addition to your essays, I would like you to compose a poem of your own,
cool.
an original work.
I found it.
You found what?
What I want to do right now, what's really, really inside of me.
Or Midsummer Night's Dream?
It's a play, Tommy.
I know that. What does it have to do with you?
All right, they're putting it on at Henley Hall. Oh, I'm gonna act. Ah! Yes! Yes! I'm gonna be an actor.
There is such there's such a thrill acting on the stage.
For the first time in my whole life.
Like I probably said before in the channel, but I'm quite a shy person a lot of times. But yeah, when you're on stage and you're just playing a different character, you just everything is just different. I never even kind of like take heed of the audience at all, because my mind is just completely in the story, what's driving the character I'm playing. But then it's funny once the show's over and then people kind of going, oh congrats, great performance or great show. I get really uncomfortable then after, because I'm me again. I'm not the character, But yeah, it's a great, definitely worth trying at least once. It's a lot of fun. Seizing the day.
How are you going to be in a play if your father won't let you?
First, I gotta get the part. Then I can worry about that. I won't be disobeying him.
Yeah, but if he said no
Jesus,
before,
Todd, whose side are you on? You're coming to the meeting this afternoon.
I don't know, maybe.
Nothing Mr. Keating has to say means shit to you, does it? Not just say you're in.
Listen, Neil, I appreciate this concern, but I'm not like you, all right?
Maybe he's seizing the day by not just, he's like, I don't want to go with this, go along with the rest of you doing this. He wants to go a different path. Like, that in itself is seizing the day, thinking differently. What did Keating say? Don't just walk off the ledge, look both sides, They're definitely like not being products of the environment of the school. It's definitely making them just be more open and just kind of, it's not sterile, as I was saying, living. Just something like that, even just cycling down a hill, it's like a thrill in that. That is an experience.
Now, devotees may argue that one sport or game is inherently better than another.
For me, it's got to be soccer and tennis. They're my favorite sports. They're just, love them.
Sailor of the world, bound for all ports.
Side-footed, don't toe poke it. It's like they're getting power through the words,
Charlie, I got the part!
Got it.
I'm gonna play puck! I'm gonna play puck! What did he say?
How are you going to do this?
They need a letter of permission from Father and Mr. Nolan.
You're not going to... You're crazy.
This is going to come back to bite him in the backside.
Writing to you on behalf of my son. This is great.
He's just getting a rush from it, because obviously he's never disobeyed his father before.
The cat sat on the mat.
Well, that's it. I thought that was the title.
They have a negative score on the Pritchard scale. We're not laughing at you, we're laughing near you. I don't mind that your poem had a simple who's next. Mr. Anderson,
Ooh.
so you're sitting there in agony.
I didn't do it. I didn't write a poem.
I think you have something inside of you that is worth a great deal. Just a yelp, a barbaric yelp.
Y'all.
Come on.
Oh my god.
There it is. You see? You have a barbarian in you after all. Now, what does he remind you of? Don't think. Answer. Go on.
A madman.
What kind of madman? Well, think about it. Just answer again.
A crazy madman.
Oh, you can do better than that. First thing that pops into your head, even if it's total gibberish. Go on.
A sweaty-toothed madman.
Good God, boy, there's a poet in you after all. Describe what you see.
I close my eyes.
Yes?
And his image floats beside me.
Sweaty-toothed madman.
With a stare that pounds my brain.
Oh, that's excellent. Now, give him action. Make him do something.
His hands reach out and choke me.
That's it. Wonderful. See, Mama.
Mumbling truth. Truth like a blanket that always leaves your feet cold.
Forget them. Tell me about that blanket.
You push it, stretch it, it'll never be enough. You kick at it, beat it, it'll never cover any of us. If you're crying to the moment we leave dying, it'll just cover your face as you wail and cry and scream.
You go. Poem right there. God, the music is amazing. Really good English class, soccer, classical music. What more could you ask for? Good player.
That's great. Where did you learn to play like that?
My parents made me take the clarinet for you. She's glad I called.
Would I like to come to a party?
Wouldn't you be wouldn't you be curious why he called her?
Doing poetry is cold. Left, 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 right, left, right, left.
The difficulty in maintaining your own beliefs in the face of others. Now, those of you, I see the look in your eyes like, I would have walked differently. Well, ask yourselves why you are clapping. And we all have a great need for acceptance. Robert Frost said, 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I
Took the one less traveled by.
the one that has made all the difference. I want you to find your own walk right now, your own way of striding, pacing, any direction, anything. Mr. Dalton, you be joining us.
Exercising the right not to walk.
Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Just illustrated the point. Swim against the stream. My
Girls.
Yeah, this is it. Hey guys, meet Gloria and
Tina.
Move. Come on, folks. It's Friday night. Let's get on with the meeting.
Oh, he's going to the party.
Hello, Chris?
Bring anybody?
No.
No. Jimmy Danbury's here.
Oh god. He is fecked. Is that her? Don't kiss her. She's asleep.
It's what's Sandra's brother.
Huh?
Knox, what up, your girl? What are you doing?
Oh god. Oof.
In fact, I'd like to announce I published an article in the school paper in the name of the dead poets.
What? It's over now.
Why? Nobody knows who we are.
Well, don't you think they're gonna figure out who wrote it? They're gonna come to you and ask to know what the Dead Poets Society is.
Wanda.
Are we just playing around out here, or do we mean what we say? If all we do is come together and read a bunch of poems to each other, precious little neck. If they catch me, I'll tell them I made it up.
Oh god. They're walking with a purpose. I'm pissed off kind of walk.
Here's a profane and unauthorized article. Rather than spend my valuable time ferreting out the guilty persons, I am asking any and all students who know anything about this article to make themselves known here and now. Guilty persons are. This is your only chance to avoid expulsion
Holy
from this school.
shit.
Mr. Nolan, it's for you. It's God. He says we should have girls at Wilton.
Ooh. He's gone.
One. Two.
Unorthodox teaching methods in your classroom. I'm not saying they've had anything to do with the Dalton boys' outburst. I don't think I have to warn you, boys his age are very impressionable.
Well, your reprimand made quite an impression, I'm sure.
Tradition, John. Discipline. Prepare them for college and the rest will take care of itself.
You can teach them to be respectful and understanding, but to go full blown one way, not a good idea.
Bring her down the stage and stop at bare gentle burning. Okay? Try again.
see like the sheer joy in his face, like it's something he really wants to do. Why would you want to deny your son that? His father.
No, I can't. I have the main part. The performance is tomorrow night.
I don't care if the world comes to an end tomorrow night. You are through with that play. Is
No.
that clear?
Just say no. Say no, I'm doing it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, for God's sake.
Any sacrifices to get you here, Neil. And you will not let me down.
Why is being in a play letting him down? Or is it more so on the lie? Because I forged your signature, said that I could do it, or does he not want me acting in a stage play?
But he's planning the rest of my life for me, and he's never asked me what I want.
Have you ever told your father what you just told me?
I can't talk to him this way.
And you're acting for him, too.
Hmm.
You're playing the part of the dutiful son. You are not an indentured servant. It's not a whim for you. You prove it to him by your conviction and your passion.
Another thing is like habit is a very human trait, so it just isn't him every time he tells you something now. As you get into adulthood, you might develop the same kind of behavior, and you might even do it to your own child if he has any in the future.
Ox, what are you doing here?
I came to apologize for the other night. I brought you these in a poem I wrote for you.
That'll be a real body blow to him, because he went for it. But that's the reality of life as well. You're not always gonna. What is he doing going into the classroom?
With hair and skin of gold. To touch her?
Oh, did you read it to her?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Nothing. No. But I need it.
Yeah.
What did she say?
Went for it.
She said something.
He didn't like it one bit. But at least he's letting me stay in the play. But I think he's gonna let me stay with acting.
Really? You told him what you told me?
Is he lying or telling the truth?
He wasn't happy. But he'll be gone at least 4 days. I don't think.
Oh,
Chris.
holy shit!
Go, I'm gonna be late for the play.
Are you going with him?
Just to a play? Are you kidding?
Then come with me.
Yeah, quiet, lads. Jeez.
Lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drink,
Is he looking for his father?
Separation, as may well
Oh.
be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. And good night, sweet friend.
Don't make eye contact with your father now. Just stay in the moment, in the character. I mean, he's getting such adulation. Like, surely the father's seen this, like, you know? What a rush. Yeah, there's nothing like it. Just feel that buzz after a show.
Neil, you have the gift. What a performance. You left even me speechless.
Cheating, you stay away from my son.
Neil! Neil!
God. I thought he kind of was getting a change of heart. Shows well, like, he really wants what's best for the students, you know, how much this is affecting him now. How could you feel good about yourself denying your son something that he really enjoys? Can't comprehend that.
Tomorrow I'm withdrawing you from Welton and enrolling you in Braden Military School.
Holy shit.
You're going to Harvard.
that's 10 more years. Father, that's a lifetime.
Oh, stop it. Don't be so dramatic. You make it sound like a prison term.
They'll let you
I've
waste
got
them.
to tell you what I feel.
What?
been so worried
What?
about-
Tell me what you feel.
You gotta talk to him. Communicate.
Nothing.
Oh, for God's sake. It's just like a broken... Actually, he's sitting. He's just like inward almost.
It was good. It was really good.
Oh God, he's not gonna kill himself or something, is he? What was that thing? Close your eyes and picture. Remember, like he was telling was it Todd? You know, picture. Maybe he's picturing what his life could be if he make more of his own choices and go his own way. Is that a knife? Oh, he's gonna get a gun, is he? Oh, fuck. It's like he couldn't engage with his father when he said, what is it? Is there anything else? I'm not saying it's easy. Oh!
What was that?
Fuck, he killed himself. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh my God! Oh, oh my son! My son, my poor son! Stop it!
Jesus. Oh, God.
What is it?
Fucking hell.
Neil's dead?
After that night he had on the stage, this amazing night, they said the adulation, all that, and they were to just turn to that.
Okay, Todd. It's all right, Todd. Todd, it's okay. It's okay, Todd. All right. Easy.
He wouldn't have done it.
Can't explain it, Todd.
It was his father. No. He wasn't that. It's just... Todd! Leave him be.
God. And like, Keating had that talk with him about like what he needs to talk to his father about. I know he knows it's not his fault, but he probably in a weird way feels like he was involved in this situation, which then concluded with Neil taking his own life. It's that entrapment, isn't it? Like life. Yeah, life sometimes, if you just stick one note route, it can be unbearing, you know. Live deliberately, I want to live deep and of life. Yeah. What he was teaching him. The outlook to having life.
We've contacted each of your parents to explain the situation. At the request of Neil's family, I intend to conduct a thorough inquiry into this matter.
Yeah, Keating's gonna get fired.
Nolan, do you think for one moment they're gonna let this thing just blow over? Schools go down because of things like this.
Talking about? You told Nolan everything about the club is what I'm talking about.
Look, in case you hadn't heard, Dalton, there's something called an honor code. If teacher asks you a question, you tell the truth, or you're expelled.
What's that mean? Who are they after?
Keating.
Mr. Keating, of course, the captain himself. If it wasn't for Mr. Keating, Neil would be cozied up in his room right now, studying his chemistry and dreaming of being called doctor.
That is not true, King. Then Neil loved acting.
Believe what you want, but I say let Keating fry.
Piece of shit.
And why ruin our lives?
Yeah, like, it's deserved a bit, but
You just signed your expulsion papers, New Wanda.
I don't think he gives a shit at this point. God, would you even want to stay in this school if they got rid of Keating?
Meese.
Go away, I have to study.
What happened to Nwanda?
Expelled.
Mr. Keating's blatant abuse of his position as teacher that led directly to Neil Perry's death.
When legend becomes fact, print the legend. Oh God, they've all signed it.
If you've nothing to add or amend, sign it.
What happened to Mr. Keating?
I've had enough.
Sign the paper, Todd.
Like the pressure being put on him, like it's like they don't even care about the fact. It's just like, just sign it.
Mr. Anderson.
In the
I can't hear you, Mr. Anderson.
Jesus. It's almost like he's
For me, Mr. Cameron.
regressed.
What is poetry?
Excuse me. I came for my personals.
Gentlemen, turn to page
This is
21.
soul destroying. Absolutely soul destroying.
Mr. Cameron,
The empty chair.
read aloud the excellent essay by Dr. Pritchard on understanding poetry.
That page has been ripped out, sir.
Well, borrow somebody else's book.
They've all been ripped out.
They're all...
Read.
See, it's so matter of fact. You know, this is how it is.
Poetry by Dr. All over graphic.
Mr. Keating, they made everybody
Quiet, Mr.
sign
Anderson.
it. You gotta believe me, it's true.
I do believe you, Todd.
Leave, Mr. Keating. And one more outburst from you or anyone else, and you're out of this school. Leave, Mr. Keating. I said leave, Mr. Keating.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Sit down, Mr. Anderson. Sit down. Sit down. This is your final warning, Anderson.
Do it, guys. Come
How
on.
dare you? Do you hear me?
Oh, Captain, my captain.
He looks familiar, that guy.
Sit down. Sit down. All of you. Down. I want you seated. Do you hear me?
He taught them well. You can't eradicate that. Unless you're him. I'm sure Dalton would be doing the same thing if he wasn't expelled already.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Okay, so I just got done watching Dead Poets Society. God, that film packed a punch. Really packed a punch. I did not expect that kind of dark ending to the film. As impactful as it was really impactful. God, where to begin with this? I will say first, this film to me is really, really philosophical, and I love that component in whether it's a play or a movie or whatever it is, making you think philosophically, you know, that philosophical lens. And I think it really shows how the curriculum in education, how stuff is taught to whether it's children or teenagers, and maybe I can't comment as much on it today. Obviously I've been finished school for a good few years now, but I always felt it was too focused on academia and not as much on kind of you as a person and how you live your life. I related so much to how Mr. Keating wanted to teach that class, how you interpret what you're reading, not just like the perfect example is he gets him to tear out the pages in that opening about what is poetry, and then you see the older teacher at the end when he's taken over the class and how it's like, yeah, write by the book. So what is poetry? And just read out what this guy's written, because I have nothing at all new to say to you about what it is. You know, we just go on what's written, what's said in the book. I have nothing to add to this. There's such a contrast there. You know, because as I said, I always kind of English for me was always about, there was so many ways of interpreting something, and Mr. Keating really pushed that to the limit. Yeah, such a fascinating film, really good characters, Neil's dead as well, just so tragic. He could see, with the way his father was controlling him, probably what his life may have turning out to be, and you know, that openness and that freedom to express yourself as he was doing in the class. You know, you want to put that into your life as well, and I think he just felt that that was closing down for him. Yeah, brilliant film. Really enjoyed it. Big shout out to Ravi for the suggestion. This one really had an impact. Really enjoyed it. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Dead Poet Society. I should say as well, actually, Robin Williams, great performance, really good. As I said, I've kind of seen him more in kind of comedic roles, but yeah, really good performance. Really endearing as his performance and his character in it. And the kids as well, the teenagers were very likable too. Let me know in the comments, guys, your thoughts on Dead Poet Society. Did you enjoy it, or what characters did you like? How did you feel about the philosophical component in it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. But until next time, slán go fóill.